Imagine this. You're a woman in medieval Europe, minding your own business, possibly weaving a tapestry or dodging the plague, when suddenly it happens. Blood. From where? Oh, right there. Congratulations, you've unlocked the elite club of menstruators, and the prize is a lifetime of confusion, superstition, and unsolicited advice from men who think the uterus is just a moody demon hotel. In medieval Europe, getting your period was less about biology and more about vibes. To start, no one really understood what was happening. Theories ranged from, your womb is cleansing itself of evil humor, to, you've committed a sin and this is God's passive-aggressive punishment. Either way, you were definitely guilty of something. And the equipment? Forget about modern pads or tampons. If you were lucky, you'd have a clout, a lovely piece of reusable cloth to absorb the flow. If you weren't lucky, well, you'd better have sturdy thighs and a good poker face, because there weren't exactly medieval Walgreens on every corner. Wealthier women sometimes had fancier options, like custom-made menstrual rags. But let's not pretend those were luxurious. They were still rags, but the real fun started when you left the comfort of your stone hut and had to interact with society. Menstrual blood, they believed, had magical properties. It could wither crops, spoil wine, and even dull the sword. Yes, apparently your period could ruin weapons of war. On the bright side, some people thought it could also cure leprosy, which was probably the medieval equivalent of essential oils fix everything. Of course, the church had a lot to say about periods, because when didn't they? Women on their periods were considered unclean and were often banned from participating in religious ceremonies. You'd think God, being omnipotent and all, wouldn't mind a little biology, but no. Church leaders treated menstruation like it was a personal affront. Heaven forbid you bleed near a relic or touch holy water, because, obviously, that would cause some kind of divine Wi-Fi outage. Sarcasm aside, the real kicker was the societal shame. Women were expected to handle their periods in complete secrecy. If someone caught you washing your menstrual cloths or noticed a stain, you'd be judged harder than a jester bombing at court. Periods were a taboo subject, and discussing them openly was about as likely as a peasant suddenly owning land. So, what did medieval women do? They endured, quietly, stoically, and probably while rolling their eyes at the absurdity of it all. Because while the men were busy debating whether menstrual blood was witchcraft, women were just out here surviving, bleeding, birthing, and carrying on like the badasses they were. In conclusion, getting your period in medieval Europe was a mix of superstition, sexism, and sheer inconvenience. It was a monthly reminder that you were a walking mystery to the men around you and a scapegoat for everything from bad harvests to bad behavior. So, if you're ever annoyed by modern menstrual inconveniences, just remember, at least no one thinks you're cursing their crops. Probably. For